Hello and welcome to Dubai Autodrome, the national circuit. This race is in the McLaren 650S GT3, fully upgraded. It's in the exclusive series. Now this is my first time trying this race. Here's the opening screen. You can see it's in Tier 6. I've done this race in other cars before, but I've never tried it in this one. I'm not even sure if it's possible, so I was pretty surprised. It's a really good car. This is an amazing car. Now, because I haven't tried it yet, I'm going to blow it here and there. Like, that isn't too bad. That cut, you have to take that cut if you want this to be a perpetual race. And the next cut is coming up right away. It's at the end of this run here. This is a shortened corner because it's the shorter track. You're going to take that cut, and you don't want to do that. I really hope I didn't crack my windshield. Let's see it here. Oh boy, yeah, that's bad news. And then I lose my concentration and I blow another corner. Okay, so why is it bad to crack your windshield? Well, you lose top speed, you lose your acceleration, you lose some grip, and your braking distances just got longer. But I'm going to keep going anyways. This is such an amazing car. I think that this is still going to be very possible this way. So I'm just going to keep on going, and I'll sort out the braking points. Like, I know last time I did a video here, I was driving the Koenigsegg Agera, and that was in the limited time series event. I'll put the link up to it anyways, but the braking points were pretty far back on that car because it is so fast. So in this one, I'm just going to have to fiddle with it because, oh boy, well, there's more damage to this car. Well, you're really going to see how possible this is because I'm already going into this with quite a handicap. Now, I'm going to skip ahead a bit to where I actually know what I'm doing. So this will be the beginning of lap 3. Let's just warp ahead a bit. Okay, so here we are at lap 8. Now, on the left-hand side is a wall. Usually you would brake right about where the wall ends. In this car, I can go a few car lengths past that. Then you can stay full throttle pretty far to the right. And you want to brake before you go off track. A couple of car lengths before. Because you don't want to go flying way far off track, and you don't want to do a lot of skidding like that because there's a maximum off-track speed in every car, and it's different for every car. So you don't want to lose a lot of your momentum. Now there's a reason why I've picked this lap, and that's because right here I have reached the perpetual point. See, there's a bunch of bots and they're closer together, and they're just going to keep on going like that. Now they're going to be off in the distance for a while. One of the tricky things about this track is that you end up passing bots that seem like they're in front of you. They're not in front of you, but when you're off track, you can pass them relative to yourself, and so then they're disappearing off in front of you and you think, oh no, there's no more bots. Well, no, there's lots more bots. They're just in the distance yet. Now you might notice the watermark in the top right hand corner. That's because I'm trying some new editing software. I'm just going to see how it goes. There are other options for perpetual endurance races in this car. For instance, this race has been around for a long time in Elite International Power Match Tier 4. And I actually ran this back when I was 3 upgrades short of being fully upgraded. So it's pretty easy. Now, it's not as profitable as the Audi R8 LMS Ultra or the Porsche 918 RSR Concept or the Ferrari FXXK, but it's a good option if this is the only one you've got. So this race is going pretty good. What I'm trying to find out now, and what I'm trying to prove to you, is that I could still fill the timer, because that is critical to know. So if you can fill the timer after reaching the perpetual point and after getting damaged, which you know I got a couple of crashes just on the first 2 laps, then you know that it's a pretty decent option. So here I've got this cut figured out pretty good. There you got to watch to not get T-boned. That's why I ended up sliding a bit there, because you just don't want to get T-boned. There's another part coming up that you've got to have it in the back of your mind as to where are those cars on the track. So this is the other spot. You've got to be watching, where are they on my right hand side, and that guy would have been very close. and I've been T-boned there before too. It's not the end of the world. Like, look at my timer here. I should be able to fill it this lap. So that means that I could get away with a mistake maybe every 2 or 3 laps, a big mistake, and it's not going to be a big deal. So here we are at about 30 kilometers, and I'm coming up on this cut here. I should fill the timer right here. Let's see if it happens. Oh, there we go. Timer's full, and boom! I got T-boned. I wasn't paying close enough attention. So I'm going to lose a little bit. Not that big of a deal. Okay, I want to show you that this is actually a jump coming up. That's part of the fun of this track. Let's skip ahead a bit. This is a jump. Every single time, it's a jump. A little bit more forward. There you go. Car's totally off the ground. Sometimes you clear that entire roadway. That's kind of a fun little thing that can happen when you're doing this race. Now I'm just going to skip ahead a bit more. I'm going to stop this race once I hit 50 kilometers. So let's warp ahead a little bit more here. Here we are at lap 17. And again, for braking points, you brake just after that wall. I'm actually a few car lengths past that. Then you're full throttle. You can stay really close to the corners here and don't have to worry about sliding out. Great car. I'm going to brake right about there on the red-white, so just before I cross that. Oh, you don't want to hit that wall too much. It's going to slow you down. Again, watching for T-bones. Here you can brake really late because you don't have as much momentum because of that cut. And then you have to do a little bit of braking here or you're just going to slide out too much. Just a little bit. There we go. Sometimes I even just lift. And watching for that. See, that time I remembered to avoid them. And then braking past the change in grass color on the left. And if you know this track, you know what I mean there. Okay, so I gotta burn down the clock here, do a few donuts. I'll just speed it up. And because I need to stop right on the start-finish line so we can find out how much fame per lap did I earn. And after that, I can figure out how much fame per minute. Those are two really important numbers if you're trying to figure out the best farming options. And here you go. 50.2 kilometers, that's decent R, that's decent fame. I didn't hire the agent. So there we go, 738.8 fame per lap, 764 fame per minute, that's not great. You definitely get more in other cars, but there are certainly worse options. And if you're like me, sometimes you're just bored and you want some different races to do on farming days. There's a nice slow motion jump, clear the whole thing. Here's some other links to videos that you also might find interesting. Thank you for watching. This is me7 signing off.